What's the weirdest sex act you've ever done alone? Using a home TNS machine to zap myself to finishing. I was quite horny in my early teens, so I looked up innovative ways to wank. As it seems, if you hollow out a cucumber and microwave it, it does not feel like the inside of a vagina. I was left with the most disgusting vegetable you've ever seen and a memory that lives under the surface of my dignity. As a boy we lived near a large wooded area. When I got horny I'd take off all my clothes and see how far away I can walk from them. The thrill was exciting to me. Being outdoors. Fear of being caught. It would always lead to a quick wank session ... which once the horniness left me, I was left sometimes a 1/2 mile from my clothes and that walk back was not nearly as thrilling. Spent a whole day during school break lazy, in bed, seeing how many times I could ejaculate. The answer for 17-year-old me was 12 times. 44-year-old me has not yet repeated the experiment, but my guess is once. Dude, it's in the name of science. Okay fine, you convinced me. Edit, as of midnight, twice. But not trying especially hard. I wanted to make my own fleshlight, so I took the tube out of a roll of toilet paper and dunked the TP into warm water. I then put my PP into this warm mass of wet toilet paper. It felt decent but made such a mess, and the post-nut guilt was something else. You, on the outside, what the frick? I just fricked a roll of toilet paper. I'm disgusting. You, later that week when the horn came back, I left kin do it again. One time when I was like 11 my PS2 controller glitched out and it just ... vibrated non-stop. That's all I'll say. And the rest is history. Tied my own legs to the bedposts behind my head, but I tied them too tight, so I had to cut myself out with a mechanical pencil on my nightstand. It took about 20, maybe more like 15 minutes. My grandmother, bless her soul, was the sweetest, most innocent woman you'd ever met. She would stay with us sometimes and help out around the house. One year, for Christmas, she bought me a pack of hankies. Obviously confused, I wanted an explanation. She said to me that I need to use hankies to blow my nose into, instead of all my clothes, because she did the washing and saw all the crusty stains on them. I am sorry, Grandma. I am really sorry. Once when I was a teen I masturbated on horseback. And no, before anyone says anything weird, it wasn't anything bestiality related. I was just always forced to go on horse ride, camping trips with my parents, and had to sleep in the front of the horse trailer on a cot, so no privacy, and was in the middle of the woods, so no bathroom or anything. I was really horny that weekend for some reason, and so after we finished our group trail ride I said I was gonna ride more by myself and rode off into the woods. I rubbed one off up on top of the saddle really quickly, then rode back to camp like nothing ever happened. I'm so glad no one happened to come by. Hormones as a teen are insane. That horse was probably like, WTF she doing up there, and why am I having to stand here like this in the middle of nowhere? Lol. I once took a soup spoon up my bum, the handle, with some Vaseline lube on. After I had to throw out the spoon. I just couldn't look at it again the same way. Piff. PP in vacuum. I was going through puberty. Made a fake vagina with a rubber glove, empty pasta sauce jar, a bath sponge and a rubber band. Then fricked it for weeks as a lonely teenager. This dude is so Italian, he fricked a pasta sauce jar. I'll start by saying I'm glad I never got my PP ripped off. I was sexually repressed by religion and it led to weird sex things. Our top-load washing machine had just the right amount of vibration, and I discovered I could run it with the lid open by jamming some pennies into the hinge area. The top of the spindle had a hole, cup in the top, where you are supposed to add bleach or fabric softener, or apparently PP. Wrap my pin something soft, lay across the washing machine and put it the bleach hole. Let me tell you, when it hit spin cycle, I didn't last long. Thanks for bringing up these horrifying times in my life. Fricked a cabbage. Not the act itself, I guess, but the event as a whole. We lived in the sticks, and internet shopping wasn't really a thing back then, not that we had internet anyway. I was a horny but resourceful teenage girl, so I whittled myself a penis-like toy out of a piece of firewood, sanded it, and varnished it. I was around 14-15 at the time. I tested it out once without a condom, and freaked out about the potential toxicity of the varnish. Then used a disposable latex glove because there were no condoms in the house, and the thought of buying them was mortifying. In the end I was too paranoid about it being found, so I tossed it into the fire the next time the fireplace was lit. I wrote a raunchy message to a girl on my phone but didn't send it. I aimed my urchin at the phone and made a deal with my PP that if it could get hard enough to reach the send button, the message would get on its way. And what happened? I sent it and then came and immediately felt regret. So I changed my picture to a photo of China and my username to a bunch of Mandarin nonsense and then spammed her a bunch of Chinese stuff to make her think I was a foreign spammer. Dug a PP-size hole in the ground, filled it with packing grease, fricked it. You literally fricked the planet. Nestle has entered the chat. I gave myself a hanging wedgie using the door while having clothespins on my nipples. I rubbed my PP until I came through the underwear. When I was a kid I had the thought if I could wank off but keep the cum in me, would it feel good for longer? So I put scotch tape over my pee hole and went to town. Suffice to say it was very painful and I have a bit of a lasting trauma. Would not recommend. I just imagine the cartoons where someone sticks their finger in the barrel of a gun and the barrel peels back and explodes. Once when I was a young teen I wanted to know what my cum tasted like but licking it off my hand seemed gross so I jerked off into a Tostitos registered scoop and then ate it. It would take me years to realize that cum is both salty but not that salty. That's just... I don't even know what to say lol. I hope this is just a weird advertisement.